The main event was the men's Elimination Chamber match to decide who will take on Cody Rhodes for the WWE Undisputed Championship. I don't know why they call it undisputed when it really is. That means it's more important than the World Heavyweight title. You don't gotta tell us that. But nonetheless, this match consisted of John Cena versus Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre versus Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. You could tell who I was going for. Alrighty, so as we get into this match, Logan Paul comes out with the U.S. flag in Canada, which I think obviously is great heat for Canada. Obviously, they're not going to do what they had Shawn Michaels do in Canada with the flag, but given today's standards, is about the best you can get out of there. And yeah, man, this is a really good Elimination Chamber match that furthered stories. Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre very much were furthered in this, as it looks like they're getting planned for a WrestleMania match, and Drew costing Damian Priest. That was another thing. You got to see CM Punk get back his revenge to Logan Paul, eliminating him in the chamber, just like Logan eliminated him 1 month prior to the in the Royal Rumble. SMP in the chat can back me up. He was sitting right next to me when we were at the Rumble. He saw my reaction. I mentioned in the Rumble review when Logan Paul eliminated CM Punk, I was like, no! So it was great as a CM Punk fan to see that. Like I said, love him or hate him, Logan Paul is really good at doing this pro wrestling thing, and he is just a natural heel and knows how to pull it off really well and get that heat for the audience and everything. Speaking of SMP here in the chat, we see Jeremy says Randy Orton was kicking people's heads off from 2007 to 2011 and 2020. Yeah, he was doing the punt kick before 2009. Yeah, right. Didn't he do that to John Cena's father? I think it was. But yeah, 2009 though, I remember that's when they were really going hard with the Randy Orton push. That's probably why I always auto go back to that year. SMP in the chat says, I like how you put that because it's about trust. That's why in acting they do chemistry tests and have intimacy coaches to have trust in your peers. Yes, that totally makes sense. Yeah, the better the trust, if you feel trust with whoever your dance partner is, for whatever it is you're doing, then and when it comes to seeing it on screen, us the audience can feel it. So if it feels real to you all, it'll feel real to us for sure. Jeremy says John Cena is not going to be on Raw until March 17, 2025. Yes, I do actually have something to say that based on, and people who watch the Rock at the post press conference would definitely know that. SMP also says we all were shocked, especially the guy behind me that put money on the Royal Rumble. Love, and Honey Blair says love the moment when Cena locked Punk into the STFU. Now he didn't have to because Punk was stomped out. That's when I suspect Cena was going to turn. Well, hey, Honey Bear, that allows me to go ahead and segue. Perhaps one of my most favorite parts of this was when we got the face-off of John Cena and CM Punk. I was there in Allstate Arena in Rosemont, Illinois with the Chicago audience as we witnessed CM Punk versus John Cena for the WWE Championship back in 2011. And I've constantly said it, and I still mean it to this day. It is my favorite match that I have ever witnessed live. It is my just favorite match in person. Not my all-time favorite match, but definitely one of my all-time favorite matches. Just phenomenal, man. Might even be my second favorite. Who knows? But I love that Rock and Austin WrestleMania 17 match. But yeah, CM Punk and John Cena, they had a face-off, and it was broken up by Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is pushing him and says, you need to go back, and he was like, you need to go back and make a movie or something. He said, he's mine, all mine. And he ends up getting laid out, I think, by either Cena or CM Punk, and we get this sort of mini match between John Cena and CM Punk, and hats off to guys. They both are older, but man, they have that chemistry. CM Punk and John Cena is a match that roughly from 2011 to 2013 was spammed constantly by WWE, and I'm not all for constantly doing repeat matches. However, CM Punk and John Cena back when they were going at it in WWE, they just had this amazing chemistry to really put on these great matches, and each match was different. Every match, even if the storyline felt like like they were just treading old water and like, oh, here we go. They got to make CM Punk a heel again. They got to do the same old thing with John Cena. And then they'll go ahead, what was that, like Night of Champions 2012? And then they put on this freaking phenomenal match that could have easily been a WrestleMania match. And we all remember the legendary last time they faced off in Raw 2013 to see who faces The Rock, which ended up becoming twice in a lifetime. But man, they always had great chemistry, and they were here breaking out all their reversals, doing the whole, kicking out of each other's finishers. Because I was sitting there, I felt like I was like transported back to 2011 again. I was like, nope, it's gonna take more than that. It's gonna take more than that. They always had to take multiple finishers in order to beat each other. They were doing a thing where he's got the STFU, and then CM Punk's able to reverse it into the Anaconda Vice. And I was like, let's go. I was like, man, it's crazy to feel nostalgic about something that I didn't grow up with as in terms of childhood. My childhood was Stone Cold and Rock during the Attitude Era, and even before that, the New Generation era. Shawn, Diesel, Razor, Taker, Brad Owen, all that stuff, Yokozuna. But here, this is something that happened during my college years in my early 20s. CM Punk and John Cena, and now here I am. I'm 35, and it's like, wow, it's cool to actually. I'm getting nostalgia about something that is from my, when I was very, very young adult and everything. I'm still a young adult and all that stuff, but it's like, wow, man, that was crazy. And then of course, CM Punk, I forget who eliminates Seth Rollins, but after he is eliminated, I think, yeah, CM Punk eliminated him, or was it, or John Cena? No, I think they did the GTS into the Attitude Adjustment, aka FU, back in the day, and man, that was phenomenal. And that's how Seth Rollins gets eliminated, and we see CM Punk and John Cena go at it some more. The ending of this was fantastic. Just going back, like I said, for those of you who are kids watching this on demand, or if you're watching live, I'm pretty sure, hey, this was your childhood seeing CM Punk and John Cena go at it. Now you're grown in your early 20s seeing them go at it, and then for people like me, like I said, early 20s, now I'm in my mid 30s, like, yeah, this is great. And the ending of it, CM Punk, he crawls towards the ring, and out of nowhere, and I'm thinking that Seth is long gone, so WWE's production crew did a phenomenal job on not capturing this, but you end up having Seth Rollins does the curb stomp to CM Punk, and this is where, as mentioned in the chat, this is where I clearly knew it's going down, because John Cena's like, oh, he jumps, he lunges over to CM Punk's foot, pulls him out, and you got Michael Cole in commentary saying, a desperate Cena, a desperate Cena, a desperate Cena, and he puts the STF, and he really cranks that sucker in on CM Punk, and CM Punk is fading because he's so out of it, and he fades, and the referee checks his arm, and they ring the bell. CM Punk has been deemed unconscious to continue. I think we call that technical submission in mixed martial arts, and as a result, you end up getting John Cena wins the men's elimination chamber match. So I'm like, the old Cena would have never done it. I'm like, he's turning tonight. He is absolutely turning, because the old Cena would have waited for CM Punk to get up, get his wits about himself, and then would say, are you okay? All right, as long as you're good, now we can continue. Remember, back in 2011, he stopped the interference because he wanted this to be clean one-on-one. Now, boom, he's like, oh, I'll just take whatever I can get. So it really made sense in that moment. So I thought the men's elimination chamber match was phenomenal. I think the women's was a little bit more brutal, violent. This one not as much, but the storytelling was really good. Both were really strong. I can't really complain at all. And before we get to our next segment here, let's see, we got some stuff going on in the chat. Let me see. Okay, yeah, SMP says, let's go Cena, CM Punk. Oh yeah, let's go Cena, CM Punk. Yeah, I remember that chat, right? It was the only way to really get rid of the Cena sucks chants back then. Jeremy says, I be chatting with Aaron in the chat when he does his live stream after Raw. Nice, yeah, Aaron Riff, awesome guy, has been on his YouTube many times and everything. So Doris said, yeah, now I kind of do recognize your name. Yeah, he does read your name off a lot. SMP says, Punk and Cena are like Superman and Batman when they face off. People like them for different reasons. Very true. And they got amazing chemistry when they do it. Like, I know WWE has always made Randy Orton versus John Cena out to be their top big overall top biggest rivalry of Cena's career and stuff, but to me, Cena's best rivalry hands down has always been CM Punk. Just phenomenal. The chemistry, amazing. Not nothing against those of you out there that do like Randy Orton versus Cena better, but personally, I just think CM Punk and John Cena had the better matches. Let's see what we got here. No, Punk and Cena are like Brett. Oh, SMP says no. Punk and Cena are like Brett and Rock, only they face each other. Yeah, I guess I could kind of see that. Like, yeah, definitely. Punk, from Honey Bear X, Punk really carried that feud. Love how WWE made Punk the rebel anti-hero was perfection. The walkout of the arena was iconic. Yeah, man, that was phenomenal. I thought for that time period, CM Punk, John Cena really stepped up his game. He got away, you heard the criticisms, I'm pretty sure back then, the 5 moves of doom, right? Cena really got out of his formula. Like, he really proved, I think that was one of his best matches where he showed that, hey, he can have a really good back and forth match to those who thought he was nothing but 5 moves, get beat up for 20 minutes and 5 moves of doom and it's over. So, I thought they both did really well. That was some of John Cena's best mic work. CM Punk was phenomenal. That's where he really broke his ceiling in WWE. So, yeah, I mean, I got fun memories of the feud. I just, wish CM Punk would have main evented when he was during his championship reign. Jeremy says Stone Cold, Rock, Kurt Angle, and Chris Jericho all held the WWE title in 2001. By 2002, the title changed hands 8 times, with Undertaker having the longest reign with the belt. 8 times. Yeah, right. Rock became an 8-time champion. Gosh, I don't even remember in my head right off the top. I'll take your word for it, though. But Undertaker having the longest reign with the belt during that time frame, I guess I could see, right? Because Austin had it for a long time in 2001. The title changed hands 8 times, with Undertaker having the longest reign with the belt in 2002. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, 2002. Yeah, definitely. He also says, and Cody will be champion officially for 365 days. Yeah, I figured they would definitely at least want to have a year-long reign, having defeated Roman, to show that, this guy is going to be tough to beat. SMP says, Seth screwed Punk, so now we're going to get Punk versus Rollins, aka Brett versus Stone Cold 2025. That man, obviously, Brett and Austin can't do what they did in 2025. But it is interesting. Seth Rollins, CM Punk again. I wouldn't, by the way, just piggyback off of that. CM Punk, babyface versus heel Cena, something we never got to see. That would be cool to see. All right. Ibeniable, Tweed. Sup, bro? Hey, thanks for coming onto the chat. Honey Bear says also the footage online with Punk upset at John after the match was great. He knew Cena took the desperate way out. Yes, I love that. I forgot to mention that detail. Yeah, there's online footage. Footage online of from a mobile device. Where CM Punk, he was trying to get back at him, and the referees are holding him back, and that's really in line because if you remember, even though CM Punk did John Cena dirty, he always was straight up about it. He always went to see John Cena's face about it, and he was always like, I still respect you, John. I just don't like what you represent in this company, but I respect your work ethic. And that's the one thing he always knew was true about Cena. Now he's like, oh, he just turned everything. So that made really good sense. Yes, definitely. SMVP Roman is going to be in the mix too. Yeah, definitely, probably for this Roman, CM Punk, and Cena. I'd rather see it one-on-one, but yeah, Roman Reigns could be in the mix, triple threat. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's get to this main event segment, the moment that everyone has been talking about.